Heading styles for deciding how text is going to appear in your document do more than just keep it pretty. You can use them functionally to navigate the document and keep some overall structure to the style of what you're creating. So let's take a look at how that would work. When I'm in my document here, I could always, type a title, throw that in there, and I could start using font styles here or typefaces to be more accurate, along with the size and then some bold and italics and underlining, that sort of thing, to adjust what that's going to look like. But creating consistency there means I have to come back up to those settings every single time and hopefully keep them the same between titles and then say my main heading, and then of course a heading 2, which is just a slightly less important heading for whatever text it is that's there. So it could be something like a chapter heading or some kind of section within a chapter. But instead of trying to remember what style I had picked, I can highlight this information here, come up to this list beside the typeface or the font, and go ahead and choose styles. And from here we have a number of prescribed styles that are already loaded up. So I can certainly click on title. I can highlight that one there and choose heading 1. And I can highlight this text right here and go ahead and choose heading 2. Now I've copied some just dummy text as well already, so I'm going to paste that in here. And that's just got the normal text kind of style applied to it already. So that's what my typical text in the document will look like. With all that set up already though, it means that if I then decide, later on in the document I've got another heading here, it's going to be a heading 1 again, followed by another one. I can simply highlight that text, once again choose that heading style, and I'm not going to have to wonder or think about exactly which style I had chosen, or what size, what font, that kind of thing. It takes care of itself. But better than that, I can come up here and say, you know what? It's nice that it's automatically choosing stuff, and I can apply that all over the place, but maybe I want my headings to look a little different. Maybe I need them to be bold, and I do want them to have maybe a color to stand out a little bit. That's fine. What I can do at that point is come up to the headings in that styles menu, and I can adapt it to match what is currently on my page. So I hit that, I come to heading 1, and instead of applying heading 1 again, I'm actually going to update all of the heading 1s to match the text that I'm on currently. By clicking that, it means that it will grab that and make all of my heading 1s look like that. So as I scroll down, they've already been updated for me. That would be the same for any heading 2s, any text, any other options that I've created in here. So you're not beholden to the styles that they have already built in here. You can go ahead and change them however you want. And then you can even save them as your default styles. So if that's the way you want documents to look all the time, you can do that. Beyond just adding some prettiness and some consistency here, if I come up to the top and I decide, you know what, I would actually really like to have a table of contents sitting right here at the beginning of my document, I can do that too. So I'm going to use Control Enter, push that down to page 2, which means I can scroll back up, and now I'm at the beginning of my page 1 here. And I'm going to go ahead and insert from the Insert menu a table of contents, which I do find at the very bottom. I can go with a numbered version or just blue links, but they're both clickable. They will allow me to click on their titles here and actually jump right to that part of the document. So if I want to get down to that heading style, I would click here once. It's going to highlight the link for me, and I can simply click one more time to scroll down to that heading, regardless of how many pages deep that might have been. Beyond that, I have this button hovering over here at the side to show my document outline. So whether or not I had actually created a table of contents at the top of the page, I can click on the outline button. I'll see all those same styles that are being added to my table of contents, and just like on the table, I can click over here on the outline and jump right down to that part of the document, or click back up here to get to that part, and of course the title to get to the top again. So You can certainly drop in a table of contents and allow people to find the content in your document, but even if you didn't, you'd be able to use the styles or the outline over at the far side here to jump to the parts of the document that are relevant to you. If you decided that heading 2, as awesome as it is, doesn't need to be on the outline, you can go ahead and hit the X, and all it does is remove it from the outline listing here. It still exists in the document, and it still exists down here as well. It just doesn't clutter up space on your outline here. That way you're going to be able to use all of these different styles to go ahead and format your document in a way that looks good to you. You can update your normal text and what these all look like. And then, of course, they will add that functionality to your document so you can jump around and find all the different parts that you want to find within that document. So definitely worth playing with some heading styles and your table of contents to make your documents both a little prettier and far more functional.